Good late morning, ladies and gentlemen. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging. Well, coming at you with thoughts of the day. I really wasn't going to upload a video this morning because I have a field trip planned this afternoon, but I just couldn't resist reading a few of the headlines and the different things here in the community news. Dated for Monday, August 19th, but the early edition is out right now, so we're going to go through a few headlines here, and I'll show you a picture, actually. Front page. Okay, let's see. Summit supervisor, secretary issue seems resolved with more names on bank cards. Evidently, the one supervisor over there is, well, not evidently, it's happening, is, let's say, taking the secretary to task on a monthly basis with elevated voice level and this and that type thing, and it's been just crazy. I swear the paper's become more of like a tabloid. I was telling Mother. Mother was next door reading it on her porch, and then I got glued to it on my porch because Roseanne, she covers the most exciting meetings ever. Mine are so boring. It's like, a motion was made, seconded and carried in order to approve the fencing at Lord Mason Park in Conneautville. I mean, honest to Pete, it is nothing like these at all. But let me show you. First of all, or second of all, or third of all, at this point, we have something very exciting here in Lisa's Rants and Raves. It's my anniversary week, so I did, instead of writing an actual column, I used one of the games, which I still have to format and all. It's not like I just throw it in there. But it is Lost One. Lost One's birthday gig right here, ladies and gentlemen, in the paper for all to see, or for all in Western Crawford County and some people who get the paper in other towns. Let me find another interesting thing. Hold on, please. Hold, please. You might recognize these charming women. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that picture. Roseanne's column this week. What she did was she provided the, the address, the web address, whatever you want to call it. What's it called? So they can type it into their search engine or to their address deal. Oh my God. Hold me. And it'll take them to the YouTube video that I did of Marge. It's one of our Crawford County Fair papers. And so, of course, horse stuff and whatnot. But Roseanne writes the horse column every week, along with the scandalous reports in the region. Let me find something exciting for you quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, please. Okay, Travis Kreitzer is the owner, along with his mom, of Blossoms and Blooms. It's a floral shop over in Linesville, PA, ladies and gentlemen. He's a super nice person, and he's active, I think, in the local governmental type things and goes to the meetings and whatnot. And he seemed to be a voice of reason here, so I will tip my hat to him, or in this case, my banana clip. That's Mars meowing and carrying on. Travis Kreitzer was in the audience and commented that he is applauding the board for taking an interest in the township bank accounts and that communication between individuals is important. However, Kreitzer stated that he believes this matter was handled in an improper manner and should have been conducted in executive session. Quote, all people need respect, and especially from public officials, he said. So this was having to do with one of the supervisors over there basically accusing the secretary of, I don't want to say accusing her, but really riding her like a wild pony about some accounts, and other secretaries in other municipalities have been busted for stealing money and all this jazz. It was quite accusatory and crazed over the last few meetings. So I think Kreitzer was a voice of reason in that particular instance, ladies and gentlemen. Community news, crazy stuff. I'm going to read you one of these. My boss calls it I say, you say, we say. Most people call it letters to the editor. Okay, sounds as though Summit Township needs one less child and one less fence sitter and two more adults as supervisors. Cindy McCoy, that's the secretary, may have grounds for harassment suit against the supervisors. And that was by way of email, ladies and gentlemen. People writing to the defense of Cindy McCoy. Okay, I don't want to stir up some, excrement. But Roseanne used to do this Espyville Buzz column. See that? And she doesn't do it anymore. I'm not sure why, but it was about little Espyville things like, I'm just going to make up names. Louise Bartholomew was spotted having tea with her niece Jennifer visiting from North Carolina. You might remember Jennifer used to be the owner of some SBville shop or whatever. Now, as much as I like George P. Nowak, and he's very talented with carousel carving, he's a carousel carver, ladies and gentlemen. There's no taking away from that. Look at that. But it's more about him and what he does instead of SBville stuff, and I don't know how I feel about it. I'm sure that I will get some guff on that, but it's okay. I live for you, George Nowak. It's just, I miss the days of Louise Bartholomew or whoever I just said. Okay, pausing. Okay, this was tremendous. Dust control issue in Summerhill by Roseanne Staub for the community news. Now, what cracks me up here, evidently a lot of dust is being raised out by some soccer fields. They're wondering, can we put this or that down on the road surface? And whatever they wanted to put on the road surface is no longer allowed to be put on the road surface due to environmental concerns, and the people in the audience were clutching pearls and they didn't know that. But the thing that cracked me up about this is the way this woman, let me find it first of all, ladies and gentlemen. Where is it? Continue. Dust, page 20. Oh my gosh. I'm in a panic. I don't want to make this video too long because we're doing the field trip later. I'm not even going to tell you about it. You can just tune in later or tomorrow I'll upload it. I'm not sure when. Okay, this is hilarious. Okay, well, I don't know if it's hilarious, but it's compelling. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hold me. Okay. A woman who regularly attends, say that 3 times fast. Regularly. Oh, I'm super silly. I just sang to the cats. I made up a song like, what was it? All the cats are beautiful in their own way. Yeah. And then I kind of like told what was beautiful about them, like, Mars is so big and fat and loyal all the way. Yeah. And they just laid here like, that was so funny. I'm really silly. Mars was laying in the same position as Marie, right near each other, ladies and gentlemen, here. Just looking at me as I was singing to them. It was very funny to me. It might not be to you, but darn it, it was to me. Let me gather my thoughts and clutch my pearls. This video is going to be way longer than it should be. Okay, a woman who regularly attends the Summerhill meetings informed the board that there are ongoing soccer games at all times, so therefore there's a lot of traffic stirring up dust. Johns stated that he and the board didn't know there was that bad of a problem there. The man jumped on this and loudly said that people have been coming here to complain, but the township public officials were rude and nothing got solved. He said the board isn't coming off as wanting to work anything out. And then he named a supervisor and said that that supervisor blew them all off. Somebody else spoke up and asserted that when citizens show up with loud and aggressive attitudes, that's also rude. Quote, they won't get far being loud and rude. You are getting back what you give, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is the part that I thought was absolutely precious, and it was in last week's paper too, or last time or whatever. A woman who identified herself as the Witch of Hill Road. I love it. Reminded the board that the local gentry who were at the July Summerhill meeting had asked about dust control and also topsoil dispersal for the citizens. I do remember that. She wanted to know what solutions the board was coming up with. The drivers should slow down, she exclaimed. I stand outside my house and yell at motorists to slow down. The people themselves should help with the solution. And that is to slow down while driving, ladies and gentlemen. And it just went on and on and on. And then, evidently, in another meeting, Greenwood supervisor calls Americans hoarders. That was the headline, but that doesn't mean anything. By the way, while I have you here as a captive audience, those who have stayed, and I'm thinking hardly anybody has really hung around for this whole video. It's almost 9 minutes long, really. I'm not delusional. I know people can't watch for more than 2 minutes. They freak out and have to move on to something else. But for those of you that are still here, hang on something. And reporters do not make the headlines. They don't come up with them. We just turn in I think it's across the board this way, all across America. I don't know. I could be wrong. Like it's an industry standard or something. But it's a standard around newspapers in Pennsylvania, I think. I don't know. It's definitely one for the community news. And I think it is sort of an industry standard that the journalists, the people writing the reports, do not do the headlines, because there have been times that people just whip me aside and get all upset over some headline, because headlines, as you know, can be sensational, and when you get in there, there's really nothing going on about it. Like, for example, this one, It just, one guy just casually said, well, I think Americans in general might be hoarders. It wasn't like the whole thing was focused on that or what have you. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Papers and online out places and the news on TV, the news, give me a break. They will say ridiculous things to grab your attention like you don't know this. I just wanted to let you know. Reporters don't come up with the headlines. Gosh, memorize that. I want a full report on that on my desk by Monday. I think that's really all, ladies and gentlemen. The next thing she wrote about was, just a nice thing about the Historical Society and jazz like that. I'm going to let you go. This is crazy behavior, but some of you enjoyed it last time, so I thought it was fun. A lot of yelling and screaming going on. People are calming down now. And that's really all. Later on, I will be uploading, or maybe tomorrow. You might get enough of me today. Uploading the field trip that will be taken today about 2 o'clock, weather permitting. Actually, the weather wouldn't really matter too much if we stuck to the one area. Ooh, that's all I'm telling you. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Join me, join others. Drop that political identity. Let's focus on issues. Leave labels at the door. Research before you judge. And remember, war is a racket. Do not take my word for this. Check out General Smedley Butler and what he had to say. I should do a little code word here to see if anybody made it to the end of this. Okay, what can my code word be? Code word, water bowl. Love you. Type it in. Water bowl. Love you. There's one sitting here. That's how I know. That's why. That's where.